Dogs. Are there any moths longer than you? This is the snack that all snacks wish they could be.
Platonic ideal of snack.
Look at your snack. Now look at me. Now back to your snack.
There we go.
Your snack is not. Could be. That he could smell like.
Someone adjust the antenna on the TV.
Now that I think about it, it's good that the HHG Empress isn't long like that, because otherwise Lily would want to become like one of those Oleander pictures.
Oh no! Why would you say that?
I'm back.
Hi, backup delusional. Yes.
So I was saying, Carthel goes, yes, I want to know everything about your custom, just everything. And he sits there. She says, "Oh, that's quite fine." Oh, I don't know why the chat pops up like that just after a while.
Yeah, it's
Anywho,
weird. There's the
Any
image.
posers?
as she begins explaining, can I have everyone give me a roll while I explain?
Like,
Starting
yes.
at the top with
Everyone, or just the players?
to everyone who's sitting down.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got a 14.
So got a 17.
All right.
Tide's gonna sit down actually.
All right, Tide, give it a roll.
So I need 2 rolls then. So Tide is 15. And Jared is 5.
All right.
While we're sitting, So gives Druid a hug, by the way.
Well, Xiaoxi is 2.
All right.
Oh no.
And one more for the players, right?
Oh no.
And who's the last? Aster. Aster, did you roll?
Aster was not sitting down.
Oh, Aster wasn't sitting down. Okay.
Yes, Aster is the only person not sitting down at this point.
Everyone shame him.
Sorry, do we have any of the NPCs here? Or
We have Crystal Buddy.
Crystal Buddy.
Yeah. Sure.
were you sitting down or not?
I told you, Camille is wandering around the room, admiring furnishings.
All right. That's fine.
She's focused on the details of the room rather than the Empress.
I mean, like, she's listening vaguely, but
As you guys are sitting down, he begins to explain. Starting from the very beginning.
Wait, he begins to explain.
Okay, add another one to the queue.
Counter.
She begins to explain pretty much all the customs, along the backstory, how they were formed, how they are akin of father, and just everything. As this is going on, though, you guys, the ones who rolled high, so pretty much all except for Xiaoxi, sort of begin to feel like, shoot, Zoe, what did you roll?
So had a 17.
Druid had a 5, so I think Druid's not part of that group.
Yes, Druid wouldn't notice, and I'm thinking right here. Would Zoe notice because she?
I mean, she is a Lundma. From
It's
Ocean.
what you guys
Great. Oh no, I did it again.
what you guys notice is that as you're going up, as this is happening, you guys begin to feel like your bones actually begin to ache. And in fact, even you turn and you notice actually Carthel begins like, especially those with, except for Tide, you can see sort of white strands begin to form in them. And has also some wrinkles appear as you look around at those adjacent to you.
Oh no.
So Tide's gonna get up.
Oh, why'd you get up?
You seem to be absorbing us.
Absorbing you? Oh no, of course not. It's just a long story. Sit down. Enjoy. You notice Karthal and Xiaoxi. You tend to actually not notice, not really going through any sort of pain, but those who rolled high, if they look at Xiaoxi, Xiaoxi looks older, no
Oh no.
longer looking like a kid.
Oh
This whole
no.
thing was an excuse to ship him, wasn't it? You monster. So is getting up pretty much immediately.
So wait,
Notice-
how does the time skip not affect regular people, but this affects?
I mean,
Whatever.
this is like,
I'm going to change this. Xiaoxi still looks like not entirely an adult yet, but she is probably goes from child age to more of a teenager like look.
Ding.
ding.
All right, who's standing up?
So is standing up.
I'm still standing
Probably
up.
trying to urge other people to do so as well.
Oh,
Kashmir is standing, but he's trying to play it off like he's just stretching a little bit.
all right. Kadra stands. Zoe stands up. Zoe, you notice your children actually aren't changing at all. Same thing with Druid.
I don't think Druid would change.
As well as Indigo is still here. I'm sorry, I'm going to veto that. He probably left at some point, mostly because there's a lot of NPCs and I need to. It's a lot to deal with, so I'm kicking
Yeah.
out just for my own sanity.
So actually, Tide's gonna sit back down.
Tide's gonna sit back down.
Yeah.
All right, who's staying standing?
Zoe is going to stay standing.
Would Xiaoxi notice people standing and
Yeah, Agaz actually stands up as well. Xiaoxi, give me another roll.
Zoe is going to actually move over to Jiaoxi.
All right, you look at Gaz, and while you guys think you've only been sitting for 10 minutes, looking over at Gaz, Gaz is like old, but he looks really old now, like very wrinkly.
Yeah, Xiaoxi will be standing up, seeing this.
All right.
This was a mistake.
Velocity falls off the chair drunk.
Of course. That
Where are you even getting the alcohol?
And none of your business.
Share next time.
Well, who else? Who?
Kashmir, thinking for a moment, is going to sit back down and look very intently at the storytelling Longma.
All right.
Zoe is going to move over to Jiaoxi and kind of bend down and sort of, I guess, whisper in his ear something along the lines of, "Do you feel any different?"
Would Xiaoxi actually feel anything different, or would it just be visual?
It's more of a visual thing. Feeling.
Xiaoxi will...
When
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. You were talking. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Xiaoxi will do a Longma equivalent to a shrug and say, "I feel fine, I suppose."
Yeah. Puberty hasn't hit quite yet.
Oh no.
When Kashmir sits back down, does the sensation immediately resume?
Oh, by the way, whenever you sit back down, it feels great. Like, it feels really good to actually take a seat. Almost like tasting the sweetest of chocolates.
If he concentrates on it, does he feel the effect continue?
Yes.
Or was it only while the longest maw was telling her story?
Oh, yeah, no, it stops. as the longest maw turns to those standing up, it's like, why are you standing? Why not take a seat?
Kashmir tries to get her attention, says, "Don't mind them. Please continue."
Oh, of course.
As he sits and as though he's listening intently.
The longest maw begins going back as she tells the story of how
He immediately casts spell steal.
Oh no!
all right, give me a roll.
Oh, the
Um,
dice died.
It disappeared.
Where'd it go?
I don't know what I rolled.
F on record. Oh,
Wait, where'd you pull that out from?
if it makes you feel better, it looked like it was going to be a 2.
Give it a
What
re-roll
just
it.
happened? Oh,
Re-roll
it's a
it.
20.
No, re-roll it.
It's an 11.
All right. As you cast spell steal, you feel yourself taking on an abundance of not really magic, but it feels like knowledge to an extent. As hold on,
The
There
black
ha-
space is a TARDIS.
Does it feel
what
like
the heck
a
is that?
legendary
That
spell
appeared,
scroll?
right? Am I not the only one that sees that now?
No, that's been there since we
That's been there
started.
the whole time. We're doing science.
We made
Hold
jokes
on.
about it earlier, but now it's eating things like a black hole.
Hold on, let me try this.
Oh, it doesn't eat them. They just all go in this.
Yeah, it acts as
It's fog of war. Or
Yeah.
Yeah,
what?
I don't know how to get rid of it.
I guess it's
Who
there.
made it?
you'd probably have to get rid of all of them. So
Oh, that's not weird. Floating
Oh.
dice.
No, but Fog of War doesn't have a get rid of all. It's by self.
okay. We can just ignore it.
All right.
Yeah, we. Anyway, you were having a thought.
Yes. I'm gonna need a death roll
Oh.
From the longest maw?
from you.
What?
If you die of old age or not.
If I win this, do I just by default win most critical fails?
What? No.
If I roll a 1, do I just win by default most critical fails?
I hope you don't.
No. If you roll a 1, your character's dead.
Well, I mean, you probably do win by
That's-
default, but
That's not mutually exclusive with what I was asking.
Not necessarily.
oh, okay.
All right.
Nah, I saw it, but it went 1 to 10.
All right. You're good. But
So
your
that turned into a legendary spell scroll, right? When I stole it.
no.
Aw.
You begin to feel extremely old as your age grows rapidly. Any looking at Kashmir can look in horror pretty much as Kashmir's bones grow brittle and his most of his fluff actually turns white.
Thankful death. Zoe is seeing this is pretty much immediately going to try to butt in to.
Why did interrupting the spell make it stronger?
Because you're stealing the magic from the spell.
Not taking it into myself, it goes into a piece of parchment.
Yeah, but this
Really,
is the of a legendary
really elderly parchment.
Yeah, but this is equivalent of like legendary magic.
Well, and that turns into a scroll, right?
No, you're not getting a
That's
scroll out of this.
If you say it enough
That's-
times,
that's
maybe
what-
it'll become true.
That's literally what spell steal does.
Sorry, what? Excuse me.
I feel nipped.
Zoe is going to do something dumb and turn to the longest maw and say something. I keep saying something along the lines of because I'm not sure. She says, uh, weird question, but can you start telling us your story backwards? Please? She looks a little worried towards Kashmir.
I've been muted.
Oh.
So, yeah, Bippy's not here. He's also deafened.
Oh no.
Oh, he stepped away for a moment.
Yes, so you'll have to repeat that.
Okay, interlude. Break music.
I'm gonna get food.
Yay, food. I don't know. Da, 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 da.
All right, back.
Hi, back on. Oh wait. Oh.
Anywho,
So, Zoe asked a question, actually.
what is it?
Zoe turned to the longest maw and said, "This is a weird request, but can you please start telling us your story backwards?"
Telling my story backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you insist. She begins to tell her story backwards.
At the first sign of aging going forward and not backwards, Zoe is going to try to interrupt.
Oh, it goes forward, not
Okay,
backward.
then she's going to immediately go, never mind, that was a weird request.
Weird. Well, I mean, I'm not done with my story. Why don't you sit down and listen? At this point, I'm gonna have Rogue get up.
Gonna what now?
Druid and your children have not changed yet.
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 Druid's actually worried about Zoe.
So is Druid getting up?
Probably.
Alright, Druid gets up, and as you get up, you look at Zoe, and you notice she has wrinkles in her face. I mean, Zoe's a bit older, I assume. So Zoe already probably had wrinkles, but
Didn't
she
have
looks
that many wrinkles. So long.
Zoe is not long, though. She lives forever,
yeah.
practically.
But I mean, she almost looks tired.
Oh, she's definitely looking tired.
Yeah. The kids also get up, noticing that Zoe and Druid are both up.
And then Zoe.
No,
is-
and then Cartha goes, No. Why are you telling her to do your story backwards? I was quite enjoying that. Please continue.
Zoe is going to give him death glare. Like
He seems oblivious to the magic.
Twist. Carthel was a believer the whole time somehow.
oh no.
No, he's still being
He
affected
never
by
really
it,
was on your
but
side.
he's oblivious.
So Zoe is immediately going to.
Is Ty gonna do anything? He's sitting down.
Yeah, Tide's gonna do stuff.
Alright. What about Carthel?
Tide's...
Bippy, check the chat.
Give me a roll, then, Derp.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with oblivious.
Cool.
Go do your,
I'll be
go
back
do
in a
your,
bit.
do your laundry.
She's still just wandering around the room, just kind of like half paying attention to the story.
Then
You notice whenever you're off the chairs, you can't really hear the story as she.
Zoe is looking around the group with concern.
Is Tide and Cash going to stand up or what?
Is Aster doing anything?
You know what? Tide's gonna use cleanse magic.
Oh,
Alright, give me a roll.
He's also. Oh wait, whoop. Not
Why
sure who I
throw
did
it
that.
across the
But
table?
14. I didn't do that on purpose.
Alright. It doesn't seem to have any effect.
Well, Tide's gonna get up because she's not talking about anything he cares about.
Yeah, and
All right.
if my
In fact, he
spell,
probably would have gotten up a long time ago.
yeah, if my spell is not going to work, I would have stood up as soon as I realized.
Alright.
uh,
So the only one sitting down now is Carthel, as he insists that she tells her story.
no. Zoe is not going to let this happen, as she interrupts with a... Sorry, but me and my... Sorry, I was British there. Why? Sorry, but me and
Well,
my
you British there,
companions
mate.
are a little short on time. Weren't we hurrying up, Carthel? And she does the sort of head jerk thing. It's, kind of passive aggressively. And can you just
I know we're in a
tell
hurry,
us?
but this won't take long. Like, give me 10 more minutes. I would love to learn more about long literature.
I
Cashmere.
could tell you, she says, gritting her teeth,
Yes,
still
but
giving
this
the
is
death glare.
the Emperor. I won't have another
Empress.
Empress. I won't have another opportunity like this.
So that's another mark, right?
What?
It could
Yes.
You misgendered.
be.
So Cashmere walks over to Carthel, pulls out a small mirror up to him, holds it up to him. Says, "By the way, you want to make sure you look your best for the Empress, right?" He hopes that Carthel is the increased rules.
All right. Upon seeing his own face, he sort of touches his own wrinkly face, and then jumps out of the chair.
So I'm guessing this is permanent.
Thank you.
I mean,
What?
it's not. I think
Oh.
that's what Zoe's going to try to figure out next.
Oh yeah. Well,
Of course.
upon doing that, the Empress goes tisk tisk. Fine. I suppose you guys must go now. What a shame. I was
No.
just getting to the good parts. What?
No.
No. So you're
No.
going to stay?
I want you to fix the lost time you gave all these people.
Is knowledge really lost time?
It is when that knowledge isn't useful to me. You only answered the question of one person.
I'm sorry. It's not something I can do.
Oh,
If
really?
you want, you may take a seat and I'll answer another question.
He sits
He
down.
gives a very warm smile. Now, what is it you ask, my child?
First, how do we undo this?
Ah. Well, you see, to undo this, there is
Be quick-worded.
well, aging, as you may know, is countered by these things called silver oats. Now, silver oats were brought to
He stands up. Good to know.
no.
He sits
So-
back down.
Oh.
One more question.
Zoe's going to kind of put a hoof on his shoulder. And
Hmm? Now, what is that?
So, there's this. I forget what was her name again.
Give me a roll.
Fluffy?
What do you mean, give me a roll?
Give me a roll.
Cashmere is watching this with
The
amusement.
person that.
Not a death roll, just a normal roll.
No.
I want to see how many eight.
Oh, age.
Roll
Okay.
to remember.
I thought this was a memory roll, and I was like, no.
No, it's not a memory roll. Just give me a.
That's what I thought it was too.
All right, 3 years. You feel yourself grow 3 years.
Okay.
Zoe's going to... This is visible, right?
This
I
is
mean-
very visible. Yes.
It's only 3 years, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, some stuff would probably change, right?
Yeah, but when you're as
He
old
gets
as
scarred
Tide,
recently.
those add up quick.
Yeah.
So, Zoe's going to kind of tap on his shoulder and try to sort of pull him up and say something along the lines of, I did it again! Say something like, I'm sorry. She's going to say, maybe let one of the more, age... I can't say ageless in this context because it means something else, man.
He shakes his head.
Youthful?
So,
Yeah. Here's your question.
I forget, what was the name of, the one who pyroblasted themselves?
Oh,
The one-
Cassiel.
Castiel.
Yes.
Ooh.
So, I'm on a trip to get Castiel
And our
back to life.
ships flying through. Oh, sorry.
I'm here on a trip to get Castiel back to life. Will I succeed?
I'm sorry. I'm not. You might want to.
Sorry,
you're
you're cutting
cutting
out.
I do not have information. You might want to ask your friend over there. She is a Dreamweaver after all, and I can tell you, Dreamweavers are swell. They are able to predict and enter.
Hey, he stands back up. Actually doing business with you. But I have time to spend.
You have to leave so soon?
Come on, it's been like... Has it been like 17 years?
More or less. You are tied as at this point. Although you being a noble, you know how to counter age, so you should be fine if you can make it through the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was wonderful.
She told me to ask you.
Is there any door out of here? I assume there wasn't possible.
Oh yes, if you all have to go, what's a shame. And she points to the wall as it opens up, door of light appearing.
Does
But I mean, you are all welcome to stay with me.
I was going to try.
Not with you doing that.
Doing what?
He walks away.
Does everybody exit, or does anyone else get and sit down?
Also, did Esther do anything seeing all of this?
He would have just readied his weapon just in case something went down, but yeah, unless you want him to just go sneak attack the longest maw, no.
Everyone beat up the Empress.
He will do that
I
if you
was-
want to. Just kind of
I was
motion
thinking
towards him.
about it, but no.
Maybe we could take her. It would have been better for me to dream world at the start. I know it. Oh well.
Right, that would have worked.
Yeah,
All right. So do you all exit?
I guess we do.
Is anyone staying behind?
Zoe goes back in the room for a moment to pick up Chamomile and drag her out.
Is there anything of value we can take on the way out?
Swipe the Empress's crown.
Not really. I mean, besides, yes, the Empress's crown. But
Is there something of menial value that is just kind of laying around that I can take as a souvenir?
A
no,
plate.
not really. Yeah, you can take a
All right.
plate.
I'm gonna pick up a plate, throw it on the ground, and run out the door.
Good call. Zoe approves.
Snort. Rude. All right. Does everyone exit?
That was the finest of China. I'll have to make my slaves work overtime to replace it.
Exactly. Someone who knows class.
Uh,
All right. So everyone
oh,
exit.
right.
on-
That was this Empress. Zoe should have had a more violent reaction. Oh well.
Nani?
I forgot that this is the bad universe where slavery is a thing. Thank you, Pippi.
I actually forgot about that too.
Yes. As you guys leave, you notice, Zoe, I would say you wouldn't because you've probably been in court with the Empress before, so to speak, and she is very powerful, very, very powerful. As you may know, if you piss her off, she could like pretty much warrant your death right there on the spot.
Well, duh, she's the Empress.
Yeah, and there are plenty of enemies who have that kind of power that get killed.
Yeah, I suppose so.
They
Anyways,
are the Hotep.
as you guys exit, you look back on the very large book, and what you read is the very entire history of Hoshan. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. It's the very long and tiring history of Hoshan.
Oh,
Sure.
it just twisted the whole. Zoe is upset.
And long is spelled with 3 O's.
Okay.
Yeah, Zoe is more than a little upset, and actually, she might. She's kind of tempted to go back in there and see if she can ask where any golden oats are in the tower. Is anyone going to stop her if she tries to go back and do that quickly?
Druid.
Ah, that is fair. She's then going to turn to like
I
the old people.
I don't think you'll want to go back in there. You'll probably just ache more.
Yes, everyone looks very much older.
She gives a
Except
sigh.
Aster.
Except Aster. It's everyone glare at Aster again. No, don't. But
I told you not to trust these illusions.
Noticing though,
Does this look like an illusion?
I mean, it's a heavy magical one, but yeah.
No, it's not an illusion.
so
You have the solution, though.
we have. Oh, I'm so old. You notice that Carthel is eating golden oats and returning his youth right in front of your guys' eyes.
Wait, he has
What?
golden oats?
Yes, of course I brought the golden.
Tyna's gonna punch him.
Ah, what the? What was that for?
Golden oats
You
or silver oats?
had oats and you didn't share them for the meal.
Well, I mean, of course. I mean, like, look, we still had other food left. Why would I want to waste?
I went without a meal.
Well, that was your own fault, was it not?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
golden or silver? Stars as a.
Sorry, silver.
Ah,
Silver oats, as you know, are quite expensive too.
Yeah, he's gonna take them.
Hey, those were mine. You may have power, but stealing is still against the law.
Well, tell that to our guard over there.
Yes.
Hmm.
There are oats now, old man.
It's not stealing. It's
You're one to talk tide. You're older now than me. Ha!
Not for long. So, he's gonna distribute the silver oats to everyone who got affected by aging.
The silver oats won't be able to cure everything. I say it would be able to cure either 3 people or Tide and one other person with what's left, because Tide stayed in there quite long. Or Kashmir and other person, because Kashmir also stayed.
Kashmir got blasted with it.
oh no.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but what's his name had the worst of it, right?
Yeah, but he already ate enough to cure himself.
Okay, so then.
Roll off.
Roll off again with 2.
With him To kick his ass before he eats too much.
Also, I mean,
I'm going to say it's too late.
Fine.
so okay.
Everything's too late.
Oh, I mean, yeah, kinda, but
Too late.
okay. So then, this is pretty much a decision between do we cure Tide or do we cure Kashmir, and that, and of course we take Gauze.
Tide's gonna vote for neither.
So
No, you don't. Technically, it won't be killing. They'll just be old. You could always
I said cure.
No, here.
Okay, so it's two. Okay, pretty much you have 3 servings of it.
Yes.
2 to completely cure for these 2, and 1 will half cure it. So you could
Yeah.
technically give 1 to each of them, and they'll just take a minor penalty instead of a major one. By the way, everyone who has aged badly, everyone who has aged a bit, lose 1 anytime. Those who have aged really badly lose all of your anytimes.
Even Lungma and such. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Would Xiaoxi count for one of those who aged?
I will exempt Xiaoxi
Wait, what?
because Xiaoxi's young.
Pippi.
What?
Aster didn't age.
Aster didn't age. You're right. Okay.
So, just to be sure, I don't even get a spell scroll for my trouble non-legendary.
All right. No, you have 70.
But
Not
that's
even
what
like
I do.
Time Bender as an ability.
It's
Maybe like
plus
Sands of
it's
Time
draw a
spell
random.
scroll, if that's a thing.
Fine. You get a random spell scroll. It's Arcane Missiles EX. Are you happy?
So. So yes, Tide's going to suggest to not hear either of them because the reason they're as messed up as they are is their own fault.
So you keep them as they are.
Counterpoint, what happened to Kashmir's the DM's fault?
Aurora comes up and says, I'm stealing Claire for this one. Is your Tide? Oh, I can't say that. I can't pronounce it correctly. Anyways, excuse me. Excuse me, so Tide.
Yeah.
I think that you two should at least eat one of them. One of the servings. You guys are looking quite bad. I would hate for something to happen to you.
Yeah, I am in agreement, Kashmir says.
I'm guessing this isn't a request.
This is what?
I said I'm guessing this isn't a request.
Yes.
Fine.
Thank you, sir. Alright.
I'm gonna make sure that everyone gets the amount they need after this is all over. I don't care what strings I have to pull.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Alright. So you two ate a little bit and evened out. You have 1 serving left to serve to somebody to get them back up.
And who is aged, by the way?
Velocity fell out of her chair. Did she not age?
A Velocity did age.
Velocity aged once, yeah.
Yeah. So the sheep are fine and Carthel is fine because those were his priorities. Who needs it? Zoe?
Pegasus more immortal or less immortal in this canon? Because I know like Fœnum has them live long. And...
What?
How long do the wingy horses live in this one?
They live a long time, but I'm under the impression that Zoe is already quite aged.
I don't know why you're talking about Fœnum.
I had Zoe like she was the equivalent of I think like 35-ish under what I had written down? I might have to check that. Like around,
Uh,
it was 37 or 27, and I think 37. But that
You
might
know,
be saying a lot.
for the actually thinking about it, for this spell, just so it doesn't instantly just kill the sheep, I'm gonna say it's relative to each race.
Oh.
Are silver oats relative to each race?
Yeah, let's go with yes.
Okay.
For simplicity. Also delusional. I don't know why you think Fœnum Pegasi are immortal.
Well, they're not. They just lived to 100 while cows lived to 20.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Pretty
The
sure.
one I
Holy
knew was
is like
pretty short.
50.
The one I knew was pretty short-lived.
But we're talking about natural causes.
Oh,
No.
man! You didn't...
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's... Oh.
Oh no, indeed.
The
All right,
pluralist.
giving
That
me
was rude and sad.
So the oats, people who need oats is Zoe, Velocity, Gauze, Aurora, Tide, Cashmere.
And Xiaoxi, but Xiaoxi
Oh,
isn't.
what was that, Corvine?
Xiaoxi.
I'm watching you.
Xiaoxi doesn't take penalties. So
Yeah.
it would be
Penalties, but you can
not the best.
if you want to.
No, I'll leave that for once we're home.
So,
So
from a
I'm-
mechanical perspective, it's probably the best to give to, like, Tide again. But we're not going to do that,
Nah.
I think.
No. Tide would absolutely refuse to do that.
From a story perspective, I think probably Goss, because he was already the oldest, and I think...
Right. Goss
so-
is old. That's right.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Goss is taking a bigger path.
Yes. She's going to give it to Goss, though.
All right, Goss. Goss, thanks.
No objection.
Thank you. And he eats the golden oats. As he loses...
Silver.
Silver oats, yes. As he loses some of his white hairs, but not all of them.
Oh, wait, so... question. How long do Longma live in this? Immortal, 500, 5,000?
The long-ass time.
Okay. So then, Zoe age, if this is relative, like,
Hundreds.
a quarter of a long-ass time.
Yes.
Hundreds.
Something like that.
Of years, pretty much. A long-ass time,
Thank
yes.
you, Siren. That's way more appropriate.
So pretty much what I have this in relative. So it's like, what was it? 1,000 years was the time for the hold to break, right? Am I correct? Was it
I am
1,000?
not sure. I don't remember the lore.
Officially, it is a undisclosed number. Nobody remembers.
All right. Well, in that case, so a long ass time. The longest Ma has been in power from there until now. Still.
I see.
People just assume 1,000 years because it's always 1,000 years.
Yeah.
True.
You know, Zoe could have, like, stayed in there longer and became even longer.
Oof.
Hmm.
She wouldn't have, but she could.
Joey.
I think the longest has a special trait. Why she's
Boo. But fine.
wait. Sorry. I need to change something here. I forgot. Zoe aged.
Oh?
Sorry. Let me here.
Don't.
See, Zoe aged. Let me prove it. She grew
Two
longer.
zones long.
2 zones long.
Well, this would be like the longest Ma.
I see. Oh no.
So,
But
Please
Ways
don't make
away.
those pictures canon.
yeah, Lily is going to do it.
No! Anyway.
So
um,
yeah, don't worry. You'll be fine, Druid. We'll just reincarnate you into a squirrel or something.
I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing. She could just die again, get reincarnated. Maybe she'll be a deer. Maybe after that, like...
oh yeah. best race?
Worst race.
Oh,
What's this?
ooh.
Just the guy who's playing it to you right now.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it and then I realized the same thing.
So I'm gonna have to, whenever I in 7 years get around to uploading and figuring out these videos, I'm gonna have to put like a big like thing at the beginning that just says "Dear Worst Race."
No.
Yes, yes.
I think I'll do that.
Put it in the description of every Eurums video.
I will. Yes, I'll hide it at the bottom. Pippin will
Oh,
never
by the
find
way,
it.
Russell, we are on Tabletop Simulator if you want to join the match.
Nothing's actually happened in here, but there is some chat in Rolling Dice.
And
And
character sheets.
space backgrounds.
And space background.
Space.
And the other background.
And Palm Hub.
Yes, and Palm Hub. Oh, sorry, bro. I thought you already. Oh yeah, you're not in here. Yes, you're invited as well.
The password is super secret, though. You'll never guess it.
The password is super secret.
Anyway,
Let's make the password so we get the password.
okay, so getting back to the game.
Right.
I guess that's what
that-
happens.
But you notice, looking across the, instead of it being a normal book like it was so many times for about the month you've been in this tower, it's a wooden door. Good wooden door.
Did anyone else have him get really loud for a second there?
Yes.
Yes.
It was like a these.
Mahogany. No.
Oh no,
That was
misogyny's bad, Pippin.
Mahagna Bagna.
Booga Boogaloo.
Boogaloo, boogaloo, boogaloo. Anyway, so it's a mahogany door.
Yes.
Mahogany.
Can Zoe, like, care? Well, she's actually probably gonna stay a little behind now that she's older and a little uncomfortable.
What do you guys do?
Absolutely nothing.
And the session's ends as one dies of old because no one took initiative.
Don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Let's kick open the door.
Oh, or he does it.
There, our search warrant.
All right.
FBI, open up. Oh, no.
Yes, Zoe is an old one. She has some gray scales.
Yeah, there was a whole time jump.
Grayscale.
Wait, grayscale?
Oh.
Grayscale,
That is
no.
pretty old.
That's a bad disease.
Oh, no.
But anywho, as you open up the door, it doesn't look much. Just you see space. Just what
The
appears
final
to
frontier.
be
I
just
wonder what this
warming colors of space. And a light.
Is breathing possible?
Yes, breathing is possible. You
I
said
pretend it isn't.
I choose to do that then.
no. Upon opening the door, there is a huge sense of pure magical energy. And overwhelming. Everybody feel
dumb.
it.
Sorry.
True.
Oh no. The audio's gonna cut out there for a second in the recording because I'm
Yes.
dumb.
I think that was the joke.
Could you repeat what happened going through that door? I'm sorry.
The door opens. Inside is like a various colors of looking space. Zoe, it almost looks like the dream world, but
Oh.
different. And you guys can sense immense magic power.
Wow.
It's almost like the shot of feeling the recoil shot of a cannon.
I fall over now.
Oh no.
About that.
Don't fall over.
Let's throw
That's
Crystal
fine.
Buddy in there to scout it out first.
Who sent who?
Crystal Buddy.
Crystal Buddy. All right, Crystal Buddy sort of floats in. As it goes near the door, it sort of then begins floating back. It's itself blinking multiple colors.
Does this mean any?
Oh! As it crosses the doorway, though, Crystal Buddy comes back bigger.
Does that count?
Bigger.
The gem laying as suddenly two very beefy arms burst out.
Oh no!
Yes.
Crystal Buddy is evolving.
Yes.
As the gem laying becomes a wait, let me get the token. Gem Lord.
Yes.
I have been looking at that one for so long.
After all these days.
Finally.
Yes, very beefy, muscular arm.
Crystal Buddy versus the cooler Crystal Buddy.
Crystal Buddy versus the guy his
Can I
girlfriend told
ride
him
on
about
his-
the way.
But
There we
before
go.
Crystal Buddy finishes transforming, I hit B.
No, don't.
Nah. It's too late. He already evolved.
I will
Yep.
kill you.
It's already happened.
But upon further testing, it does ground. You just can't see it.
Say again.
There appears to be solid ground upon
Okay.
testing.
Okay. I am going to get Crystal Buddy to give me a piggyback ride with his newfound shoulders and
So is
go
Amazed
exploring
all
into the room.
That's perfectly fine. Crystal Buddy picks you up.
In fact, he bench presses you a few times.
So is going to walk / sort of float into the room and also be kind of concerned about Crystal Buddy.
Tide's gonna think he needs to jump over.
So you're jumping into the room?
Yeah.
Alright, you jump into the room and not expecting the floor. Hit the floor as your knees sort of buckle underneath you. Kind of like whenever you try to take a step down the stairs only to realize there is no
Oh
stairs.
no.
Oh no! So does Tide have to roll against falling in death roll?
No.
Oh,
You tripped. Death roll.
He's not that old.
Upon seeing there is a floor, Carthel follows.
I am also going into the room.
Yeah. Tide's gonna go in.
I also.
so I was going to look cautiously to Druid and the kid.
Upon looking into the distance, they don't seem to be very close enough to really harm you. But you guys notice what looks to be giant flying sharks.
By the way,
Giant lying what?
flying sharks. By the way,
Flying-
does it look like stars or does it look more like generic magic?
Oh, it looks like
Cashmere?
stars. So
Okay.
just magic.
So, Druid's actually gonna be happy about this, and reckon.
Aw. But
Especially the giant flying sharks.
I didn't realize that Druid liked Cashmere so much. Oh no! Oh god!
What?
Cashmere, why would you do that? Stars, no? I will set that as my profile picture.
Wait, what's going on?
It's horrible. Check the chat.
Check Discord.
Okay, so you Fœnum. Oh, hey. So,
Perfection.
Oh no.
hold on.
Oh no, I can't because streamer mode. How dare. That's fine. Let me
This is
do
fine.
something unorthodox.
Druid.
That is the ideal long muff form.
It is.
This is what
Yes.
This is the ideal form for Lily too. I keep just saying.
Oh no.
Beautiful.
Oh no. That I'm not prepared for.
This is concerning. Okay.
Alright.
changing my nickname.
Lily,
Is-
no.
Is everyone going to go into the door?
I believe so.
Wait. Before everyone goes through, can I get Crystal Buddy to smash the door off of its hinges?
Okay, give me a roll.
Not for any reason, just to like.
Weird
Yeah.
flex, but okay.
Am I rolling or is Crystal Buddy rolling?
Crystal Buddy's rolling, but you roll for Crystal Buddy.
Okay.
Nah, it's a high quality flex. Look at the arms on him.
Just to assert dominance over the door.
15!
What is it?
15!
15.
All right, Crystal Buddy blows it.
Clean off.
Smithereens.
My punches.
We'll
Oh,
use
by
that
the
in
way.
combat later.
You this, Crystal Buddy. You get a Gemlord companion, Aster.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna put legend here because this is just for fun. So it uses up your abilities to use it pretty much, but you can use your action to have Crystal Buddy do something, and he moves when you move.
Wonderful.
So now punch him and get more crystal buddies.
And of course, his anytime isn't anytime, so you can use that end your action.
Yes. Amplifying Crystal is actually a really strong one if you read it.
Okay, so I won't. So it's weak forever.
Pretty much, if you set up 3 amplifying crystals and you shoot at one with a spell, it will pretty much deflect into a beam that shoots through all 3. It's a fun spell.
Okay. So, what are we doing?
yes.
So, as you all make it in, suddenly, even with the door punched off, it seems to disappear. If any, as you guys look back,
The entire
As the
world
stars-
disappears.
as the stars around begin to swirl, as 7 Dragon Balls appear.
I thought there were.
What?
Joy! Yeah, I thought there were 8 at least.
How many Dragon Balls are there?
There might be
There's
7. I think there's 7.
There's 7.
There's
Okay.
7.
I was just
Oh,
making
yeah.
a joke there. There's not really Dragon Balls. And what
Oh man,
appears
Zoa's gonna wish her husband back alive to kill him again.
as what appears
It's like you aren't
dark,
even memes.
a dark being appears. Its eyes seem to be made of stars. As what appears to be, no doubt, standing in front of you, a dragon.
Man, Cash, man, this room
Oh,
really
boy.
likes you.
But, this is a note. This dragon is huge. This is supposed to be bigger than this one.
Oh.
Okay.
So someone really is using the Dragon Balls.
The tile won't go bigger. That's it. This dragon is was anyone in this party for the dragon campaign or not?
What?
I don't think
oh.
so.
No. All right.
The
But
player
out of
was.
character,
Was not.
this out of character, the dragon that you guys fought would look like a baby compared to this thing.
Oh no,
This is a fully
Kitty.
grown adult dragon,
it's not
As
gonna
it
roar like
opens
3
up
times.
eye. and it says, "What are you doing in my tower?" In a very omnipresent voice. What do you guys
Oh,
do?
I was. I don't know. I just followed Zoe around.
Hmm. I see that you even have a couple of my own children here. What brings you to this place, Mortis?
Zoe is not going to speak up, but is going to be really awed by this honored mother.
Oh, by the way, this is extremely weird because, again, in this timeline, dragons are thought to be extinct.
Well, yeah. I figured that was every timeline.
But I don't know that.
We were brought here by unfettered curiosity.
Yes.
True.
We've all come for different reasons.
Interesting. It has been quite some time since I had company. I am impressed with you for being able to climb here. And as a reward, I will grant each of you one wish, but only one. And I will use it within my power to help. Do you guys need some time to think?
I'll go first.
I know what
Oh.
mine
No.
is, but I didn't talk first, so go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
I would like a dragon egg to restore your race to their rightful position on the world.
Very odd for Pegasus, but so be it.
He had to go get the egg.
An egg just appears right before Aster. This egg is almost midnight black, almost as a void, as if light doesn't affect it, but it's riddled with stars. It looks exactly like the night sky would.
Beautiful. Gonna secure that as safely as Pegasi possible. I
should probably write this stuff down.
Yes, no, you should definitely
Do the
write
thing.
this stuff down.
It's a secret tool that will help us later.
And you received the dragon egg of the stars.
And then proceeds to sell it.
Yes. No. Is my
Nah, you
child.
fry that up, clearly.
Oh, no.
But what if your child is a believer?
But no,
Oh,
that's
no.
a baby.
It's not.
Wait, what would that even mean?
It would mean that Aster can be racist to it. I don't know.
That just sounds like inconvenient, and that's about it.
Yes.
I mean, you can't be racist to something that doesn't exist.
Negative traits. One character will be racist toward you.
Yeah, but then the dragons don't exist, regardless of how many you breed.
Yeah,
This is totally not a dragon. I
the
don't know what it
dragon.
is. It's not a dragon.
Alright. Is anyone else ready for a wish, or do you need time?
So is thinking and kind of in awe. She would
If that's
ask
what you
questions,
want.
but that would be kind of like poking the genie, and you don't do that.
Oh, sorry, by the way. Whenever he grants the answer, he says, "Well, young Pegasus mercenary, if that is what you wish, you are lucky that it was me here and not my brothers. They would have eaten you on the spot. But
Oh.
I have grown past that."
Can I get a wish?
Oh, my child, you have already received your wish, have you not?
So is going to look towards Drew.
She looks back towards Zoe and gives her a hug. It's been a while since I've seen a tree.
Oh, don't worry. That's an easy one. And suddenly, not just a tree, but a whole grove appears right in front of Drew.
Oh.
She looks at it happily.
With a lake that looks crystal clear. The trees are bare to multiple different types of fruit.
She waves at the forest.
So
Or the
gives
grove.
really wide smile seeing this.
Maybe it has been too long since I've been outside.
I think Zoe knows what she wants to wish, but I'll let someone else go before me.
I mean, I know what Chamomile will say if she gets a wish.
Go ahead.
So Chamomile will say, "I'd like a traveling companion."
Of what sorts? Aren't you with traveling companions, my child?
I expect our paths will take us to different places soon enough.
I see.
I've kind of ended up in a strange place in many senses, and I'd like someone who can keep me company there, I guess.
Maybe not a person, but I have an idea. Not that one. Not that one either. That one
Spider Queen.
Actually, not a spider queen, but where is
Claire 2.0.
Yay!
Heck
I
yeah.
have
Brand.
Also known as Dink.
So blood
No.
snake queen, right?
Blood Snake.
I need one that's not a that's not a predator.
Just do it. Oh, not a predator. Okay, not Pop Puppy.
Claire.
Claire.
Interesting.
Toads.
It's definitely not a predator.
Definitely not.
What? I was gonna do a blood snake queen because I thought it'd be funny, but all right, here you go. And with this, it says he will be trained for you, and follow your commands and accompany as you see fit. As an owl rat appears.
It has a rat tail.
Yep.
Thank you.
I could have summoned. It's better. I could have summoned a fat squirrel.